This is just a very quick one, guys, and it is going to be very quick, but I thought you'd find it interesting. Now, comparing to the Philippines, I didn't think there was any police checks other than I saw the police at traffic lights, and they're actually walking to motorcyclists and knocking on car windows for them to pull in at traffic lights. I've never seen this before, where the police are doing a police check. So it's similar to the Philippines, where they're pulling people in, and I guess that's where they're getting the tickets, look. But there's another thing I wanted to show you guys. You know, when we start talking infrastructure, and I'm trying to like measure this against the Philippines, you know, example this against the Philippines measure. That's probably wrong. Look at the roads, look at how smooth they are. Now, the only time you'll see the roads deteriorate a little bit is when you go outside places like Siem Reap or Phnom Penh or whatever. But never mind the Philippines. If you're from the UK, have you ever seen roads like this? These are amazingly mint roads. And again, look, the police aren't wearing sidearms here. I find that really amazing for an Asian country. And again, the police are very, very respectful here, similar to the Philippines. I mean, Naga police, I can't, you know, say enough about them. They were really, really good. So my experience so far has been really positive, really positive. The people, you know, maybe your experience is different, but I found as time went on, there was a lot of disrespect for foreigners. In a lot of cases, you know. Now, your experience might be different, but my experience as time went on, I think we ignore a lot of stuff, you know, when we first get there and we're in awe of everything and we're loving it, and then as time goes on, it's not like arriving as a tourist, you know what I mean? I think little things start to irritate, and I guess it might happen here. I've not been here long enough, but there's only two things I notice. One is mainly when you're paying small amounts, like $5-10, you go to a market, you give them $10, they'll pay you back in Real. That's the Cambodian currency. They'll not pay you back in dollars, not because they don't want to. It's 9 times out of 10 they don't have the dollars. But that's a little bit of a I wouldn't even say irritation, but now I've got an ABA bank account, I just get the phone out and pay on the phone. That's it. Comes straight out of the bank. It's so easy. So that's about it, guys. There's not a lot, you know. Maybe the tuk-tuk drivers, but they're all lined up along my walk. I've come out really late today. They're all lined up along my walk, and because they know me now, they don't shout, sir, do you want a tuk-tuk? And they're still respectful even when they're doing it. You know, so I can't see a lot here that would really irritate me in any way. I know how this sounds. I'm not moaning, I'm just pointing things out. Now, I've made a win because I get my meat from over here, that small stall. You probably saw a video of it if I posted it. I've got a few videos, guys, and I might post them out of order. But I got really good fresh pork from them, they were cutting. They don't do this in the Philippines. They cut pork, you get the fat with it, and they were cutting the pork off. I had to tell them not to cut the pork off the meat. The pork off. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had to tell them not to cut the fat off the pork because I need the fat as well, you know, for my weights and different things. And I've just been and asked them, can you get me any beef and chicken liver and kidneys and stuff, because they're full of iron and all that. You wouldn't believe how good chicken innards and stuff. Entrails are good for you, they really are. Beef's the best meat you can get, and it's not really that well. Now the beef is double what a kilo of pork would be, but it'll last a month, so it's not really that expensive, especially how I cook and stuff, you know. I'm just enjoying cooking. I'm enjoying the peace, the infrastructure, hot showers. Everything's easy, guys. You come here, everything's easy. Nothing is stressful here. I guess it depends on what you want and what you've come for, but as long as you're not seeking young ladies when you're ancient like me, or even in your 50s, you'll be alright. If you're looking for old ladies, I guess you'll be alright, as long as you go on a dating site. But they're really more conservative here than in the Philippines, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, right? You're not going to get ladies here, if that's what you want, as easily as what you would in the Philippines. And even in some cases, guys, you know, even Filipinos have lines they won't cross with looks and age and stuff. The other thing is, do you really want to take on that stress? You can't have a long-term relationship, and this is coming from experience now, guys. I'm not saying I'm any smarter than you, because I'm not, but I've had experience. No, I mean, if it depends what you've come here for, doesn't it? If you come here for peace, good quality of life, lower cost of living, great apartments, Western style apartments, very respectful people, kind people. They are. The kids here are so respectful. You know, hello, you know. I'm really late today, but of course I did it on purpose so they'd be there when I asked them about the meat. So I hope you've found this video informative, and you'll subscribe to the Cambodian channel. I'd really appreciate that, guys. I need to get at least 4,000 subscribers to get the channel monetized, and then once the Cambodian channel is monetized, I'll make a decision on the Philippines channel, because most of the bad comments I'm getting are on the Philippines channel. There's some very, very nasty people out there, very nasty. I just wonder, you know, if you bear with me and just, you know, give me a little bit of rope here. I just wonder if the situation was reversed and they were getting inundated by very awful people making comments they know nothing about. I wonder how they'd react, because knowing how they're reacting to me, I think they'd be pretty nasty. You know, life's not a bed of roses. When you're a blogger, you put your life online, and people assume they're entitled to know everything about your private matters. Anyway, I said this would be short, so I'm going now. See you on the next one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget, subscribe to the Cambodian channel, very important. And I'm trying to sell some t-shirts to raise a little bit of extra money for the channel. Links are in the description below, so if you'd like to support the channel that way, I'd appreciate it. So thanks guys, see you on the next video. Bye.